Good evening and welcome everyone to tonight's official coverage of the 2023 ASRNZ Back Pain GT3 series. We've already wrapped up the sprint series at the beginning of the year so far. We did 6 rounds. It is round 7. We're at Paul Ricard and it is the first of the Enduro rounds tonight. So Paul Ricard, round 7, first of the Enduros. We've got a few old, I don't want to call them old, but we've got a few old faces in the server tonight. We have Ashley Vediger and Jake McKellar and Aztec as well, joining us for the Enduro series towards the end of this first season of the GT3 Back Pain series for ASRNZ. So yeah, good fun with these. It's almost like a split championship in the one championship with this sprint series. You know, going through those first 6 rounds and then these last 4 rounds will be enduros. So few new guys on board, or old hands, let's call them, to contest you know, the enduro series. So welcome aboard, boys. Welcome back to ASRNZ for the enduro series. So yeah, Jake McKellar, Aztec, and Ashley Vediger. We are at Paul Ricard. The boys are in driver brief at the moment. It won't be long before we will click over to qualifying, but let's see if we can get some points up on the board. Let's have a look here. Let's see if we click the buttons right, we'll get stuff to look at. So yeah, there you go. First, yes, Mark Mudgeway cleaning up the sprint series so far, and obviously leading the championship with 325 points after a very wet Brands Hats. Actually, the last 2 rounds were very wet, so well done to him. Couple of dropouts throughout the season so far. So we've seen John McDonald actually jump up, Brad Robinson also jumping up. So Brad Robinson, you know, getting a nice little jump up into 3rd position there, and John McDonald sitting in 2nd at the moment with 287. J-Man.
Wow, yeah, I just had to give the guys the formalities for tonight's round, Avo. But yeah, what a great sprint championship we did have here at ASRNZ, and really looking forward to this enduro part of the series, mate. 4 races with a mixed bag of obviously scenarios and conditions, and yeah, so
yes, all the stuff we love.
So I'm not sure if you briefed the viewers on some of the technical sides of what the guys are dealing with tonight, but she's a lot different.
No, we've just been just running over the points so far, just sort of seeing where the guys left off after the sprint series. Obviously, Mark, John McDonald, and Brad Robinson in the top 3. But you can see Dave Zero, Ethan Cale, Shane Fardado, Jordan Moss, and Steve Wilton, Steve Melling, and Sam Carson rounding out at the top 10. But if we go down and the rest of the field, you'll hear some of those names repeated again, J-Man, but here we see the Pro-Am standings currently and the Am standings currently at the end of the sprint series. So
yeah, with Steve Wilton just pipping Steve Melling by 1 point for the Pro-Am title.
Oh, that's all.
Over Lucas Saar, who wasn't that far behind also. So yeah, that was a great series contested. Aaron Enright, Vaughan Martin, Rusty Shelford, Kenny Simpson, Damian Jones, and Riley Price made out the 9 in that category. But Brendan Rolfe doing a stellar job to manage to bring that AM title home over Phil Davison and Bobby Laycock, who actually missed a couple of rounds at the back end there. So Bob actually did well to hang on to 3rd in that AM title, and you know, a podium in any of these classes is is just as hard earned as the top one. So
it is. If you're only going to watch the streams back to see how hectic it gets, all the way through the field. So, yes, definitely.
So we move on from here, Davo, and we, obviously we crown those guys the sprint title, and that will go on the record books. But however,
the championship goes on though, doesn't it?
It does. It's a rolling championship. So and double points on offer for these endurance rounds. So the likes of Bob Lane can come back and certainly take the overall still, and as can bloody Lucas Sarr over Steve Wilton. Steve Wilton, farmer, we're actually missing him tonight. So hopefully he enjoys his holiday. He's away, so he's just taken
off in the Bahamas.
Probably celebrating a success in the Pro-Am category. As I just see, we've got a graphic up of the guys that have gone out for, once again, I'm going to touch base on a couple of the technical details around the endurance format here at ASRNZ GT3 back pain series here.
For starters, J-Man, you can see that qualifying is a 30-minute qualifying. So
so that combined, obviously we pulled, we only normally do 8-minute qualifyings, and this is a 30, and with the reduction on tyre sets tonight, we've gone from 8 sets in the sprint rounds down to 6 sets for an endurance format, and asked the guys to take some of their practice time, and we've put it into quali. So I did see a lot of laps being cut off of the air earlier. Whether those guys were just using one set of tyres and trying to bank 3 sets for the race, or 2 sets for the race, excuse me, and a couple of sets for quali, I'm not sure, but it's certainly going to be a lot different. And the other big significant change, Davo, is that we have got 2 mandatory pit stops. Once again, we still only require the drivers to take a 1 litre minimum fuel dump in both of those stops. However, tyres will be up to you, and good luck making a tyre go 100 minutes round here.
Yes, definitely, it. It doesn't look too much on paper, but definitely scrubs the tyres. The stripy track, some of the boys refer to it as, it must get a little bit mesmerising. Through an enduro, wondering which corner you're in, I must say. Even with the comms box, it's a bit difficult to tell where you are.
It can do at times, and we've already seen our first indicative times come up, and I can tell you I did see a 54.8 in official practice, but Chris Hingston up there with a 55.0, I think he was the man I see do a 54, so the BMW no slouch here with the Mark Mudgeway, your sprint champion, already up there in P2 on a 55.2. As we see Hingston go into the 4s already. Yep,
as you alluded to, John McDonald, the sister car, Mudgeway, is in 4th position until just then, actually. As we see
Shane. Yep. Shane puts the Audi up there, so good to see Slambo found some good pace in these good conditions.
Falconer also in there, Haggis also in there, Aztec a little bit further behind, Alan Poole a little bit further behind. It's moving quickly. Sam Carson, Jeff Burse back here tonight too. J-Man, nice field here so far.
Yeah, absolutely. As we saw a recovering, I'm not sure who that was. I think that could have been... It could have been Ray Haggis. No, it wasn't. It might have been Dave Zero, actually. I'm not sure. But somebody was recovering as Aztec was starting his next lap. But this leaderboard is firing fast. You've got Mark Mudgeway a couple of tenths up. And I'll tell you what, 2 tenths. You look at the times right now. 54.965 plays a 54.982. Chris Hingston's down on this lap by about 2 seconds.
And like we just finished mentioning, this is a 30-minute qualifying and limited tyre sets. So
what do you do? Do you go and bank? If you Mark Mudgeway and you can go a 54.7 on this lap, Do you bank a 54.7? Do you
And
park
park
the
it?
car,
Yeah.
wait for the conditions to come good?
You'd think so, right?
It is an optimum track. But yeah, I don't know. You know, like I'm with you, Davo. You know, we're up here. We got no idea.
No, it all looks like blue and red stripes to me at the moment, but
Well, I don't think he's got enough. It might be close.
It's because we're looking at the Martini car. Mudgy, yes, just pops it into the
Who
top.
is that? Is that Ray Haggis?
So that's Mudgy with.
Or were you looking at Dave Zero? You were looking at Dave Zero, weren't you?
It was Dave Zero, yes.
So just mentioned in the briefing, really nice moment to see former champion Jake McCullough, Jakey Snakey back here, Aztec and Ashley. Also great to see Troy Wilson in the door as well. But you know, some big names from yesteryear that we shared a lot of good times with. So great to have those boys back on track. And
absolutely, Joe man, and a good solid field here tonight with 27 in the door currently.
Yes.
So nice work, nice turnout. Oh, mate, this leaderboard is moving so quickly. Haggis up on his time. We've got McDonald up on his time. McDonald probably not enough to make a difference, but Haggis definitely enough to make a difference. Down this huge back straight. You can bloody land a 747 down here, I tell you. It's
Yep, approaching speeds of the high 270s, I believe. I think 277, 278. I don't think I've seen someone break 280 yet. But however, in mentioning that, I would like to know what the 111 Lamborghini is making in terminal speed down that straight, because if I remember correctly, that car was pretty handy in a straight line, Davo.
The flaming Lamborghini of Jake McKellar, yes.
So I'll get a read on that.
Just look at it; it's a hell of a scene.
Yep. No, he's turned up, mate. He's got the flames on the bonnet, so let's hope he's on fire tonight.
Looks like it's coming in for re-entry. And
279 was the count that lap, so 279 kilometres an hour down the back chute.
There you go. And Haggis did get up with his lap there, Jamie. It was 2 tenths up, and that was just enough.
And straight away, Mark Mudgway is responding and is leaving the pits right now to go out and have another crack.
Now, and Hingston has also responded with a 54.7. So yeah, Mudgy definitely needs to come back out.
Yeah, so that's what happened. So Mudgy got it in on a 54.917 over the 985, well, it's 965, and
I think Shane's come out again as well too. So he's over for interrupted.
No, you're right. I was waiting on that. It's a good call, mate. Well spotted. I wondered whether he was going to respond, and also Adam Falconer's responded.
And he has too. Yep.
As has Aztec's back in the pits. Dave Zero's just coming out of the pits. So still got 18 and a half minutes to go of this 30-minute session, and yeah, I mean, guys will be keeping account on which tyre they've used and how many laps they've done on it. Because don't be surprised if you see this go right down to the final 6 minutes and somebody actually dip into a set of race tyres to go and bang a lap out.
Yeah.
Because scrubbing maybe a lap or two off the tyres, it's going to take a little bit of performance out of them, but these are an endurance tyre. It's not going to take everything out of them, but, these guys will be looking for that last little bit of edge grip, Davo.
Oh, surely. Especially around here. Although it is an enduro, there's just so much to play for. The strategies will definitely come into play. As we just pick up on Jordan Moss, up on his time, J-Man, enough to make a little bit of a difference. Well, definitely to his position anyway. A little bit of traffic in front of him there too, J-Man. They handle it way better than they did in the Formula 1 at Albert Park. Over the weekend.
Did they? Did say what?
So, yeah, kudos to the boys there. Just get things sorted out before these fast guys come through. Moss up by 6 tenths. at the
Yeah, he's
moment.
building here. He's
Yeah.
building. He's certainly
So
on the current numbers got enough to get up there and mix
he's
it up
definitely
with Chris Hingston and Mark Mudgeway and Ray Haggis,
sure.
who is now at the top on a 54.525.
Wow.
So the times are falling with 17 minutes to go.
Yeah. How hard? How much do they go through these tyres, or do they just? You got to stop eventually. You need some for the race, don't you?
You know, and then the other thing as well, I haven't been in the driver's seat for some time, Davo, and I really relish this opportunity up here. But is there a scenario where these guys can run these things through a heat cycle, back out of it, cool them down, and then go again? Given that they are an endurance tyre, it's not like they're bolting on a super soft.
No, that's right.
So that'll be something interesting to know in the future. If these guys actually back out of it and let the tyres come back to them, can they have another stab at it?
Yeah, I suppose. And again, that would depend on race conditions at the time. Whether they're under pressure or not, and having to use the rubber. A cycled up, recycled up set of tyres it doesn't have that ultimate grip. Again.
No.
So
you mentioned just before. Sorry, mate. I've just got to pick up on something that you just mentioned before, and it was that yes, he is comfortably up to 4/10 would see him into the fours. And you mentioned, it is an endurance race, and we're currently in quali, and we're talking about the importance of this quali, but however, it is an enduro. However, in saying that, Davo, 27 cars on the grid. That's a lot of cars to pass if you do expect to be up the pointy end and you don't get it done properly. So
you know it. As Alan Poole just pops himself into 6th position provisionally. Well, that's it. And this is the gamble, isn't it? This is the strategy, and we are only watching these guys from up in the booth here, and we're trying to, read the body language of, like the way the cars are handling it and what these guys must be thinking. But, surely, everybody's going through a different process to a certain extent, aren't they, J-Man?
Yeah, absolutely. G'day, Farmer. Great to have you watching live. If you're an organised man, you'd have actually put Discord on your phone and joined us. As we just saw, I just saw Shane Poretto just coming through the right-hander at turn 4, I believe, and man, he just lost a lot of traction there, which has compromised him by about a quarter of a second. Good to have you watching live, Farmer. I hope you are enjoying your time off, mate. We do miss you out on track.
Absolutely.
We all need our Weet-Bix, mate. Jordan Moss in the lane. Ashley Vettiger's sitting in the pits.
Yeah, so a few boys in pits at the moment. Chris Hingston, Jake McKellar, Jordan Moss, Ashley Vettiger, Bear Grylls, Mike King, Lachlan Andrews, and Vaughan Martin. So a few boys just sitting out at the moment. Still got, still over 13 and a half minutes to go, J-Man, just for qualifying. Wow.
Yep.
Mark. Did he get it? Oh. No.
Nah. He went better. He went from a 54.917
to an 8.
To a 54.827. So he's definitely on the improve. I just wonder how many tyre sets he's going through to do this.
That's the issue, isn't it?
We've currently got one of the Breakfast Crew team guys watching live, and I don't suspect he probably knows any more than us, unless there was something pre-planned about how they're going to go about their quali. But
yeah. As we watch, I don't know, 2 tenths up.
Yeah, 3 tenths up now.
Enough to put him in the top 3.
Yep.
Maybe even on the first row. So just around the back section of the circuit here.
Surprised to see, although he is improving.
Circuit, sorry.
Just surprised to see Dave Zero's currently sitting in P15. He is a few tenths up, but he needs a hell of a lot more than that. So
Yep.
Dave hasn't found his groove yet. He could be leaving it till later on in the session, but
And there is still 12 minutes to go, J-Man. We keep talking about how long this qualifying is, so these guys got plenty of time to think about how they're going to attack this towards the end of the session.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Hey, so here we do bring the good, the bad, and the ugly. And so obviously everything's all positive, but do have to mention that the 776 car of Vaughan Martin at the moment is sitting in the pits, and he is actually sitting that one out due to a license infringement that he's obtained through the sprint series. So unfortunately for Vaughan, he's got to sit this one out. So if anybody is wondering why the 776 car is in the pits, he will be starting from pit lane tonight. Yeah, so he's got plenty of tyres for the race. That's the only positive.
Too true. As we see Fodado go to second position, J-Man. Oh, just weaves around Mudgy there. But yeah, I thought that would have put him in third. I suppose I thought it might have got him on the front row, and there you go. He's pushed towards the end of the lap there and done an awesome job. Well done,
He's done a great job. Yep. So you picked up on that early. Well done, Dave-O. And he's just shortcut there. He's backed out of it. I suspect he's probably just 10.5 or 10 3/4 minutes to go. Expect him to cool this lap down and maybe come back in and sit there and ponder it. Chris Hingston is actually up, Davo, in P3.
Yes, he is, as we just pick up on him in the BMW. The BMWs have been, you know, quite speedy around here. They like this track.
They're pretty handy in a straight line. I'm just going to check on his terminal speed on the back chute here. We know we saw Jake McKellar in the Lambo get 279. We're looking at this Beamer. 276.
Oh, and a big wiggle. So he pushed it. So that's a very accurate measurement of about as far as you can push it, ladies and gentlemen.
He might have wanted to go 275, I reckon.
You think so?
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll just quickly run through from top 10 up. We've got Jeff Burse provisionally in 10, Jordan Moss in 9th, Falconer in the pits at the moment in 8th, Alan Poole in 7th, Jake McKellar in 6th, McDonald out on track as well in 5th, Mudgeway out on track in 4th, Hengsten in 3rd, Fodado, I think, coming into the pits, and Haggis are on the top of the board at the moment, J-Man, with a 54.525. My God, that is quick.
Yeah. And he's got pace to burn because his best is a 54.525 and his last lap was a 54.617, which would still put him on pole at a 54.6. So he's definitely the man to beat at the moment. Can tell you now the first driver, well, I don't know if he's the first Pro-Am driver, but he's certainly was second in the Pro-Am title. Stephen Melling sitting in the pits. He's actually just come into the pits, or he's leaving. No, he's leaving.
There you go.
In P18. So, bit of a sort of a, okay, they're just waiting for traffic to go by. So Steve-O's
plenty of competition out there, that's for sure. As I think it was Ray Haggis actually bettered his time. 54.442 now. J-Man still sitting on the top of the list. Jack McKellar back out on track, up on his time. Jordan Moss up on his time nicely in 3rd.
Yeah, I think Mossy's got something to give here. I don't think P9's where he sees himself in this one. I could see him getting certainly into the 4.8s or the 4.9s. But even 4.9s is only going to see him in 6th position. So what did he end up with? P8 on a 5.0.
Yeah, so slips in the top 10. Nicely. Lucas Saar in the Ferrari is struggling a little bit for pace tonight, actually, J-Man. Car looking fantastic as always. A little bit up on his time, not a lot. Starting to equalise. We've got about a little over 7 minutes to go. Like, this is from now. That we normally have an 8-minute qualifying. So.
Yeah. John McDonald just leaving the lane again. I can tell you there's a 5.5 second split from the fastest pro driver to the back of the grid. And I can tell you right now, Bob Laycock, Troy Wilson and Lachlan Andrews, also Phil Davison, from a 59.2 to a 2-minute 0.2. P23 to 26 isn't settled yet if those boys decide to go and have another go either. So, like I said, you know, every position you make in this session is a position you potentially don't have to try and make out on track.
Yeah, for sure.
Ashley Vertiger, he's currently back in the pit lane. Looking at the guys, Ray Haggis, Shane Fodado, Mark Mudgway, Aled Poole, Lucas Saar, they've all done around 9 laps.
Yeah.
The guys that have done the most laps is Jeff Burse, Sam Carson.
Hingston on fire at the moment, 5 tenths up. This will put him on the top of the leaderboard if he can pull this off. J-Man, Hingston 6 tenths up.
Yeah, he's well upcoming. Where is he? He's coming to the back section of the track. 2 corners to go.
Yep, couple of corners to go. He's all over this.
This last corner is really tricky. There's a lot that rides on this one here.
Jake McKellar up as well. 3 tenths.
Oh, he's 7 tenths up, 6.5.
He's well up on this.
Yeah, this will be a mega lap.
54-1.
54-1. Yeah.
Wow.
That's a huge lap. G'day, Jarkus. Good to have you watching live. Seems you can't be here, Damien. Hope you enjoy the stream tonight, mate. 27 cars on grid. With a 30-minute quali, mate. She's going off here now with 5 minutes to go. We just saw Chris Hingston with a 54-1.
4-2. That's it. Amazing, J-Man.
Snakey with a big lap. Snakey coming with a big lap.
Yeah, he's got that Hot Wheels Lambo wound up, J-Man.
Yep. And I kind of sort of thought during the week when I saw the registrations of the likes of Jake and Aztec and Ash that, these guys are well versed in endurance racing and a lot longer duration than what we're running tonight. So,
for sure. John McDonald also up on his time, J-Man.
Yeah, good half a second. Where is he on track there, Davo? Back shoot?
No, he's still about mid-track.
Snakey looking to improve here. Should go P second row.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he does go to the second row. Knocks Shane down to the row 3.
Second on the second row. John McDonald still teetering. Back and forth between about 3 and 4 tenths.
Yeah, he'll need that to make that third row.
Yeah, definitely. That's what he's chasing. Shane, isn't he, really?
Well, he's chasing his teammate as well, honestly. But, like he's going to knock probably his teammate off the third row if he does this.
Yeah, well, Mudgy not up on his time at the moment, so...
No, and, with a nearly 2-minute lap and only 3 minutes 20 to go, time's ticking down.
Definitely.
So John Boy well up there if he can nail this last corner. He didn't quite get it right. He's dropped probably a 1/10.5. He's going to be about a 1/10.5 up. He's going to knock Mudgy off. No, he doesn't.
He doesn't. Now, Hingston is still out and Falcon is still out. Both of them are teetering up and down. Haggis also showing positive numbers as well.
They need big margins though, Davo. They both need 4 tenths, 3 to 4 tenths easily to match Chris Hingston. Chris Hingston's parked it. He's done.
Yeah, definitely need at least.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
I'll keep my tyres. That's all I got.
Yeah, Falcon is going to need Oh, yeah, at
He's
least 4 tenths.
his lap's done, but he has got
He's-
time to start another. Jeff Bursup as well, also. So what can that do for Jeff? He's on a 55.3. He needs 4 tenths, which he has in hand.
Gets in the 40, in the 54s, that'll put him in the top 10.
It will. He's looking good.
Still early stages of the lap, though.
He's only coming into sector 2 now. Ray Haggis is up by a 10th. Like I mentioned, he needs around 3. Building 2 tenths.
Can he get it? It was worth a watch, and I think Falconer too. But
he's had a run. What? That's it. She's done.
That's all over. Falconer's still having a crack too. In the McLaren there.
He is. Allard pulls 3 tenths up. What will that do for him? 54.7 if he carries that on. That would take him
20 seconds to go.
Yeah, 54.7's the cutoff for the third row. 54.5's the cutoff for the second row. And a 54.3's the cutoff for the front row. So, man, there's got to be some big numbers coming. John McDonald's called it. He's back in the pits.
Alan Poole might get on the third row. He keeps pushing.
Yep.
He's probably the only one that's going to.
He's cut. He's done. He's done. If anything, he's racing to the finish line. So there's going to be a number of guys, Davo, that are actually coming along with 45 seconds to go. They're going to come around and they're going to cross the line with enough time to run one more lap. We do have a 160-second overrun time here at ASRNZ on quali, so there'll be plenty of time given that it's around 120 odd seconds for a lap at the high end. And he's parked it. Allard Poole has parked it. He's done.
Yes, as expected. Like you said, a little bit of a corner cut there in that lap. Haggis up on his time, only marginally, very early in the lap. Like you said, J-Man, these guys knew they were going to get across the line. There's a few seconds to spare just to give it that last crack.
He does a better job through there this time. The lap's building. He's currently 2 tenths up. We know he needs 3.5 tenths. He's just lost a bit through the middle sector. What can he give down the back chute? Looks like he's come out about level pegging with his previous Delta for us.
Yeah, I don't think these Astons are making their lap time in the outright speed. It's around the corners that they're making their speed, the agility of the car. So, watch him down the back section of the circuit here. He needs, like you said, a good solid 3 tenths to make anything happen, though. And couldn't really see that happening.
He's up also. What does this do for Aztec? He should pick up a couple of spots here, maybe one spot.
Yes.
Yep.
Just
he does. P14.
Pips Rusty Shackelford. Frodo's still out, 2 tenths up.
He's coming around. No, it's a cut lap. It's done.
So he's done.
Yeah, it's a cut lap. He hasn't seen it. He's obviously pressed on for the exercise.
So that's pretty well it.
Stephen Melling's out. Where is he on track? He's just come across the line.
Haggett's across the line.
P18, that was his fastest lap. Kenny Simpson's just come across the line. That was not his fastest lap by around 1/10 of a second. That is it, Davo. So a big congratulations will go out to Chris Hingston for an untouched 154.142 around Paul Ricard here.
Not a bad effort, Joe.
Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, like I said, I mentioned we saw them go 54.8s in official practice. The boys got an optimum track here for quali, 24 degrees ambient, 31 track. I think it was. They obviously got them dialed in towards the back end to go. You know, we had the first 6 guys break hang on, 1, 2, 3. We had the first 7 guys break the 54s. Then we had a number in the 55 zeros out to P10 was a 55.3. So
Yeah, nice work. And
yeah, about 1.2 seconds over the top 10.
And we did wonder, you know, whether, you know, how these extended qualifyings were going to go, and because we see such hectic 8-minute qualifying sessions, don't we? And mate, it didn't disappoint there again. You know, the numbers were tumbling all the way to the end. So yeah, nice work from the boys there, J-Man, as they get themselves set.
I do. I'm just going to, as we're just looking at that screen there, I'm just going to bring up a series standings. I just want to cross-reference here what we're looking at. And okay, so looking at that, Mark Mudgeway, John McDonald, Brad Robertson. So just looking at that, Hingston. Where did Hingston finish? Okay, so Hingston basically did not contest a lot of the sprint series. So finished out in 25th in the championship for the sprint round. But he's put it right on the top for the first of the Enduros.
Yes,
Now Ray,
stellar performance in quality.
yeah, Ray Haggis ended up. He was P22 because he actually missed a lot of the sprint series as well. Did get a couple of he got a couple of top 10s, and he got a first position in race 2 at Brands Hatch also. So coming off the back of some form of the final round of the sprint series was Ray Haggis. So puts it on the front row beside Chris Hingston. So he's carried over his last bit of form out of the sprint series. So I'm just cross-referencing against what we saw there. So as per what you guys are looking at, yeah, there, Adam Falconer. Where did he? Okay, so he was 13th. So a real mix-up, actually, a real mix-up in the qualifying as per what we rolled out of the sprint. So good to see.
For sure, J-Man. As the clock winds down, get yourself a coffee, get yourself a beer, get comfy. We're going to wind up soon enough, J-Man, for round 7. Paul Ricard here, first of the Enduro rounds. Stand by, everybody.
30 seconds. What a qualifying, Davo. I really enjoyed that. I hope the viewers did as well.
Yeah, look, I wasn't sure whether we'd just see a little bit more sitting in the pit sort of stuff, you know, from some of the top runners, you know, just sort of playing off the times a little bit more, as you do see in top-end motorsport. But the guys were pretty well out on track the whole 30 minutes, mate.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was awesome. So the times were tumbling. Yeah, it was all over the bloody place. Very difficult to keep up with.
Yeah, no, they were. So I guess, yeah, so Jake McCalla starting out of P4 tonight. You know, as I'm sure there's a lot of guys in this field that got endurance experience, but I think since Jakey's been away from ASRNZ, I think he's really embraced the enduro racing. So I expect the 111 Lamborghini to feature really, really strongly tonight. And even, you know, I'm picking him for a podium for sure.
You're throwing it out there?
I'm throwing it out there, mate. I am. I back this guy. You and I have called him over a number of seasons, over a number of years, and watched his development.
Yep.
And
a championship winning driver.
Yep.
Without a doubt. So yeah, formidable field here, J-Man, tonight.
Great to see. Really appreciate the fact that these guys have turned up. 27 cars, Dave, is a good showing for a first enduro here tonight.
Yeah, and some good solid enduro heads out here tonight. So some guys that really understand how to make this stuff work. So it'll be interesting to watch strategies and so forth. Let's these boys as they start to line up, mate. It's going to be a cracking race. First of the enduros.
Yeah, no, you certainly, you're up for it when you're sitting behind the microphone, Davo, and you've already got a smile on your dial and it's on your formation lap.
Just watching them run down this. It is like a runway for an airport. I tell you, you can land a plane on this bloody thing. It's so very quick down this back straight chute here and into some really fast stuff down the end of it there.
Yeah, so it is going to be interesting to see the mindset of these guys when they go out. As we see Chris Hingston's basically got so far ahead, he's actually parked the car.
Yeah.
To me on track, he's actually stopped and he's underway again. So yeah,
well, it just shows he's eager. He's ready to race.
Yeah. So a 1 o'clock start this afternoon, Sunday afternoon. Conditions are great. 25 degrees,
Track's
30 degree track. I can tell you now, if the boys were paying attention to the server settings when they came in, they would have seen that this race is time scaled ×3. So that, I believe, gives them a finish time of around about 5:20. So expect, a few shadows to creep in, the sun to play a factor at some point around 4:30.
Yeah, definitely.
So as we see them grid up now 2 by 2, just find their place. Remembering we have got the 776 car. He is waiting and ready to leave the pit lane at his soonest opportunity once race control gives them the go-ahead.
Absolutely. Vaughan Martin starting from the pit lane out of qualifying as they round this final turn here. J-Man, everybody, very difficult little corner there to get themselves all lined up as the back markers try and get all into position here before we get to the line here. Round 7.
It's looking good.
ASRNZ back, Payne 2023.
Green.
Let's go racing, J-Man. Buddy Aston gets a woeful start. We see Jake McKellar right up behind. That's Adam Falconer and also Mudgee right up the inside. We've got, at the outside.
Oh, he's been rotated.
Around. Yes. Oh, takes out. Looks like one of the Astons as well.
Oh, so plenty of contact at the start. Still contact going on.
Alan Poole and John McDonald out in front. We have got Jordan Moss and Mudgee back there. Just trying to get that back together.
Oh.
It's all happening, J-Man.
That was a shocker.
Very difficult start for the boys. Who's in front at the end of all this? Chris Hingston running away. Ray Haggis.
Yeah, Adam Falconer.
Fido slipped through that. And John McDonald slipped through that. Alan Poole slipped through that. McKellar.
Yeah, Alan Poole just looking for an outside move on McDonald into the right-hander at the end of the back chute, but that's not going to stick. Snakey, where is Snakey? He is sitting 7th, so he went from 4th to 7th, so he just, once Mudgee went up the inside, he obviously avoided all that drama, and but he lost a few positions.
Lucky. Jeff Burst getting plenty of pressure from Dave Zero behind there, down into that final complex of corners. Lucas Saar right in there amongst it with Sam Carson right behind.
Yes, just going to have a look.
Actually, that's a car at a position that's actually, that is Rusty Shackelford. getting heat from Aztec. Aztec round the outside on Shackelford, down the start-finish straight. Can he make that stick, J-Man?
I reckon he can.
He's got that. Nice work from Aztec. McDonald getting pressure from Poole, but Hingston away. Haggis away with Adam Falconer. Fardado.
Steve Melling making up some positions early as well. So obviously the few guys made some opportunities out of that early incident between Mudgee and I'm not sure who it was, to be honest, mate. It was all a little bit busy there, Davo, but
did get a little bit busy there. As we see Melling in that massive pack, that massive bin pack, right in among. Bear Grylls right up behind in the Red Bull Aston. Shackelford out in front, giving Aztec the heat. We just picked up on that before. Kenny Simpson getting all sorts of pressure from Brendan Rolfe. Brendan Rolfe up on the inside, J-Man. Can Alexis outrun this thing? He's got him.
He has.
He's out well wide. Does Simpson come back in the inside? No.
No, I thought he might have, but
Lachlan Andrews.
I see Mudgee's in the pits. I don't know if that was a scheduled stop, whether he came in, or he's fixing damage, or what the story is.
Yep. Andrews just making, I think it was a move on my King. Vaughan Martin out on track, getting amongst it already. Brad Robinson in front, Troy Wilson behind.
Yeah, good recovery already from Vaughan Martin, starting from pit lanes, already up to P24.
Absolutely.
Starting to put some heat on the sister car of Brad Robinson.
For sure, Mudgee in the pits and out. He's coming right out in the thick of it. Right in, just in behind Steve Melling by the looks of it, in between Steve Melling and Bear Grylls. Interesting
so was
strategy,
the pit lane open?
No, it's not showing.
And Mudgee's got a stop-go 30 as well.
So, interesting move there from... Oh, well, that's devastating, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's not night over because it is a big race and attrition could be huge here, you know. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see the character on this one. Phil Davison is in the pits also. I
don't think the pit lane's open. Not showing.
No, I don't think it is.
I don't think it shows in the Enduros, does it? Anyway, we've got Dave Zero, Ashley Vettergood, Sam Carson, all very close.
And Ray Haggis all over the back of Chris Hingston already as well. So that battle is heating up. If those guys go to battle, Adam Falconer will be pretty entertained and energised by that. As will Shane Fardado.
For sure. Now, Falconer's actually dropped off the back of that a little bit.
Yep.
But not far behind that is the Fardado McDonald little battle going on. Actually, McDonald's dropped off a little bit as well.
He has.
So the real race is back here with Dave Zero, Ashley Vettergood.
I think it is.
Sam Carson.
And Ashley.
Ashley copping heaps of heat from Carson, actually. And who's that right behind there? Lucas Saar in the Ferrari, very deep. I think we've got Aztec.
Who's that behind? Is that behind Sam Carson?
So it's Dave Zero, Ashley Vettergood, Sam Carson, Lucas Saar, Aztec, and Rusty Shackelford, J-Man.
Yeah.
And that is a big bunch of cars and a very angry little pack there going on. Shackelford just at the back of that. And Steve Melling and Bear Grylls not too far behind, just dropped off that pack. Probably not a bad idea, really. As we see Lucas very deep up in behind Carson.
Yep.
Wow. Look how close these guys are. There's one, two,
really
three,
close
four,
to the
five,
back.
There's 6 or 7 cars there, all in close proximity.
So the pit window is now open. So
what is going on with those other boys?
Yep, so as you saw, Jarkus, yes, Mudgee did get an SG30, so he's actually got to commute the pits 3 more times officially. So 1 for the stop-go, and 2 more for the official, as does Phil Davison. So I'm not sure why Phil Davison decided to come in. Maybe he was heavily involved in that crash at the start of the race.
Yep. So maybe damage as Aztec runs down the inside.
As Mudgy pleases stop go, Davo.
Yeah, nice work, Mudgy. Getting that done really quickly. Aztec again, really leaning.
He's going to get this done. He's on the inside. Beautiful move.
Nice little move. Tiny little bit of contact just to let him know he was there, and then just slides it on in there. And easily had the pace. J-Man, nice work.
Yeah, eyes forward now. He'll be looking at the back of Sam Carson's car.
For sure.
And poor old Lucas will have to be looking backward to Rusty Shackelford.
Yeah, for sure. Who is on fire, mind you. So
they peel to the pits, and I can tell you now.
They do. That's Saar in.
I just saw Saar cross the blend line, so that's going to be something that's going to be a contentious issue for the guys tonight, getting that car across early enough to get...
Very difficult entry, isn't it, J-Man?
It is difficult. They were briefed on it tonight in driver briefing.
Absolutely.
So I expect to see plenty more of that, though, Davo.
Oh, no doubt. Hingston and Haggett's close. Still, J-Man.
Mate, there is nothing separating these guys. They're talking about a half a second at the good end. Is he close enough for the draft? The BMW pretty handy down the chute. What is...
Look at this.
He's closing.
It's a drag race.
He is closing.
He's got up under the wing now. You can see that. He's gaining on it.
279.
Whoa.
He was right there, but couldn't do anything with it.
Well committed. Falconer in around that corner as well, as we see John McDonald, Jake McKell, Jeff Burrs, Ashley
still being hounded.
Oh, Aztec, well wide. Sam Carson behind, Rusty Shackelford, Steve Melling, Brendan Rolfe really close with Simpson still.
Yeah, those two there having a great battle. They started more rearward in this pack, so obviously a few guys taking pit stops and what have you, but I think looking at that...
Look at Simpson all over the back of Rolfe's car.
Oh, he nearly drilled the back of him there.
Very, very close as we pick up out of the back of Brendan Rolfe's car. Simpson all over the... McLaren looks like it's got plenty more entry speed in the corners.
I feel like Steve-O's making some inroads into Rusty Shackelford there as they just come down into there. Who is in the pink car? Is that Troy Wilson? I believe it is. Yes, it is.
So Belling having a look, big look up the outside.
And Troy Wilson.
Now Shackelford flashing his lights at the car in front, which I suspect is a back marker.
Well, Troy's made one of his official pit stops, so he's got blue flags.
Yeah, so he got held up. So Shackelford was busily flashing the lights there. You can clearly see it as Melling was getting all anxious behind him. So it had to happen.
Well, he was going to cash in on that.
He was. So.
Rightfully so.
Absolutely. Sam Carson right on the back of Ashley Vediger here. And we see this. Here we go again. Out of the helmet.
Look at Ashley comes out to the inside.
Through that very fast right-hander, J-Man.
Yeah.
Super high speeds down into there. Big, long J corner that, isn't it?
Incredibly long, and these guys, you know, we've still got just under an hour and a half to go, and plenty of time to go, and these guys are man. I feel like this is a sprint race at this point of time.
Yeah, when's the intermission?
As we see the boys just all coming through that last corner there, line astern. Can't help but think Aztec's going to try and line something up here on Carso. How good is he under brakes?
It's only a matter of time.
He is good.
I think. Go, man.
Three guys all in the same equipment, so you've got to. This is all on the driver and the setup here. So
isn't it what? And yeah, just the slightest of mistakes, you will be punished in a battle of that like that. So look at those three guys, very close, only a couple of car lengths between them.
I want to see Aztec up here if he gets a good exit here. Obviously, Carso's got the draft from Ashley Vertigo. So Ash is the lone soldier punching the hole in the air up the front here.
So we just, the cameras just quickly flick to Faulkner on Faraday.
Yeah, so Shane's bridged that gap back.
Also McDonald on McKellar is very close. Vertigo.
Oh,
Carson,
and Faraday down the inside of Adam Faulkner.
Faulkner.
Yep.
Let's get a replay on that.
Done. Got it done. Just had that line in there.
Just pick up on the replay on that. Oh, Faulkner wide. Very wide.
Yeah, just come into that second of the right-handers there, just a little bit hot, and Shane just got it tucked down on the inside, had the racing line.
Yeah, you just missed that second apex there. Run very deep.
Come back, but nothing to do. It was already done. Ray Haggis still hanging on the back by 3.5 tenths to
now.
At the moment.
Now we see Aztec in front of Carson, as we suspected, and now putting all sorts of pressure on the back of Ashley Vertigo.
Yes. Oh, he's dodging and weaving. So Aztec's got that done.
Aztec on Carson, yes.
Yep. And then now he's going to work on his old mate Ash.
Yeah. And yeah, relentless pressure too, as you can see, as we look out of the front of Aztec's car here on Vertigo. Vertigo, smooth as silk, no mistakes, but that relentless pressure, and he is close enough actually. He's going to pick up the aero on that pretty quickly there, J-Man.
Yeah, I think there's a half a chance at the end of the shoot here. He's coming. Does he go inside or outside? He goes outside.
He goes outside.
It's a long way round. He's got it done.
He's all over it, all done.
Just
Carson,
like that.
Carson just looking at it going, oh, I'd love a bit of that.
Yeah. So McDonald next in the queue, is it? No, it's Jeff Burse.
It is Jeff Burse. McDonald actually starting to feel the heat from that flaming Lamborghini front end of Jake Bichello, actually.
Yeah.
So, Faulkner and Faraday, they've had their swap of positions. Hingston and Haggis, look how close they are. Wow.
Nothing in it. There's absolutely nothing in it. We're I think, what are we, nearly 20 minutes of racing in, and there's absolutely nothing in this.
Like you said, it's almost like they're racing a 40-minute race.
Hey, something to mention too, as we've mentioned several times throughout the series, but obviously the significant factor here tonight is when we talk about track cuts. As I watched the line that Aztec took before, just where Hingston and Haggis just ran there through the double rights in sector 1, turns 4, 5, is those guys run just slightly out there. That race control or race director will give them a track cut there, and 100 minutes in, expect to see the potential for drive-throughs through track limits later on in this race.
You'd expect so. The place just begged to cut corners.
Yeah.
You see McKellar all up in the grill of John McDonald. McDonald, cool as a cucumber as usual, focusing on the Falconer
And they've been moving forward. They've been moving forward to catch up to Adam Falconer, and Shane's not that far up the road from them. Remembering that Shane is currently in a podium spot, so
Yep. And look at this. Oh, look how close it's getting now. We'll just drop back a little bit to Alan Poole and Sam Carson there. Also got Bear Grylls now. Kenny Simpson's obviously wrapped up Brennan Rolfe up to Bear Grylls now, so some movements and shakers there. But I think John McDonald, Adam Falconer, and Jake McKellar.
Yeah.
This is going to heat up, J-Man. I can see this coming.
Yep. I think Ray Haggis, at the moment, in my opinion, just up the road a bit, is playing the smart game here. He's close.
He's eased off a little bit there, actually.
I think he's measured. I think he's just working this out. And, he's clearly, if you've got enough pace to stay with a guy, is there more? And I'm going to say there potentially is.
Because he would just climbed up behind him there, and now he's eased off again. He looks like he's just. He looks like he can do it at his leisure pretty well, doesn't it?
Yep. So I mean, if Chris breaks the draft, it'll be interesting to see what Ray does on lap pace. But I can tell you now, Ray Haggis does have the fastest lap of the race at a 55.2. So these guys are going to be quite heavy on fuel. Ashley. Now,
one thing we probably didn't touch on just quickly, J-Man, sorry to interrupt, is that none of the boys carry weight into this round either, do they? They normally carry a success ballast, don't they, throughout the series? And
the big reset button.
Yes, big reset as we are transitioning from the sprint round to the enduro round. So these guys all nice light cars, so equal peggings. Interesting to see the toing and froing between some of these cars, J-Man. Hingston again, very close behind.
That is so close. He is right there. So, you'd think at this point of the race, advantage Haggis, I feel like, unless Chris is just pacing himself in the tyre, and because we don't know what these guys' strategy is, Davo. Is Chris thinking about double stinting this tyre? I don't know.
And we obviously we're trying to read the body language of these vehicles and trying to judge how that tyre is looking, when they're driving them. But it's limited. These guys, I'm sure they can tell a lot more through the feedback of these newfangled wheels they've got. Hingston looking a little bit untidy. No wonder Hackers is all over the back of him. That BMW looks a little bit light in the back, J-Man. We saw it in practice.
Yeah, can you just pick up on the Aztec Jeff Burst, because I feel like we're about to see a move here.
Just can't Jeff Burst out of the front of Aztec's helmet here. Actually, we'll go helmet cam.
Because he snuck up there. You remember he dispatched Rusty, Sam, Ashley, Aled, and he is in the draft. And we've seen that Aztec is really handy down the chute. Here we go. He's going to look for an inside move this time around.
And he's easily getting it done in the V12.
No drama there. That thing is slippery as you like. Pulls back on the race line and tucks it in beautifully.
Absolutely. Fantastic move from smooth as a gravy sandwich, that one, mate.
So Aztec putting on all the moves at the moment.
Isn't he what? Ashley Vedica getting all sorts of temperature from Sam Carson. It's going off, J-Man. We got Mike King and Lucas Saar. Drag race down the back chute. Who's that? Behind Dave Zero.
So Dave Zero
already pitted once.
Yeah, he's made one of his official stops, as has Lucas Saar up ahead of him. And they are just looking to round up.
And just a little bit late, but look at Lucas go.
Who was that they just round up?
Mike King.
It was Mikey.
Oh, and Dave goes through as well. Nice work from the boys there, actually, J-Man. all involved. Aztec, again, we've got to get back to this. He's passed the BMW easily, as we saw, down the back straight. Nice and neat. Ashley Rediger's still got Hingston.
So John McDonald has now got Adam Falconer. So we just missed that off the camera.
Okay, so he's got past Falconer. Like, we could see that coming. He was getting the pressure from behind from McKellar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and needed to make that move to get in front.
Yeah.
And John, look at him. Look at him trying to get out of the aero of these guys.
Yep.
It's getting tight down the end of the straight here. These guys are committed, J-Man. Look at this. Turning in here. Look at that.
The McLaren very, very good through the right-hand fast, high-speed turn there.
Looks very balanced, very quick.
So obviously he's got the job done. I wonder, did he get it done for a mistake? Because Falcon is right back on him. McKellar's right in there as well. I just picked up on Ray Haggis again, and geez, there's strengths and weaknesses in this lap for those two front runners, who are around about 5 seconds up the road from about 5 seconds up the road from McDonald and Falconer. So they're about 8 seconds, 7 to 8 seconds back from this front pack. So not bad.
No, you can actually see him in the back of shot there as the boys, the leaders, come through turn one there. They're just in camera shot in the distance. So very close. And this trio has been heating up, J-Man, over the last few laps. We have still got way over an hour's worth of racing to go.
So is the bloody Ashley, Sam and Rusty battle. That is going off for P 10, 11, 12 at the moment as well. So
where is Billin keeping up with that? He's not too far behind. So yeah, Shackelford, Carson, Vediger. Very tight battle as well. Vediger, like I said, smooth as silk.
Yeah, Steve-O's he's watching brief. He's in there. Like, they're just coming through the right hand, and now he's coming in there as well.
Yeah.
He looks comfy. We know Steve-O's just such a measured sim racer. You know, at the end of the day, I feel like Enduro suits Steve-O because he could just go out there and do his thing for 100 minutes, you know. He won't run a 54.9 in the race, but man, he'll bang his lap every time.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see, again, McDonald and Carson fighting over the same bit of real estate down the end of the long chute there at the back straight. Hingston and Haggis still locked horns, J-Man.
Yep.
Who
was that? Was that Shackelford on Carson? It was. Shackleton just got Carson, and now he's quite set on Ashley. So
if we can pick that up. So there's Shackelford coming down the end of the chute here. Nice and quick too. Tidy line in. Oh,
very
Carson
tidy.
Gets a really nice turn in. Oh, but the gun's really wide. Must have been a little bit early. Shackelford tucks the nose down the inside, forces Shackelford wide, mate. Textbook stuff.
Yeah,
beautiful. So nice work from Shackelford. Now he can focus on the back of Rediger's car.
Snakey putting all the pressure on to Adam Falconer now, because I think Jakey knows he needs to go with John.
He does. We've got all sorts of stuff going on as well down the pack. We've got Mudgy trying to come back through the pack in 25th.
Yep, doing a good job.
Mike King and Lachlan Andrews swapping positions just as we speak. Just pick it up on camera. Rusty Shackelford, like you said, just down past Carson and looking to take and swoop up Ashley Rediger with it. We got Jeff Burse and Alan Poole.
I was just about to mention Alan Poole with a good run down the front back chute. I think he could be a chance here.
Watch this Merc, the Mrs. Schmidt engine.
Yeah,
we'll have a bloody propeller on the front of it. Look at him down the inside. He's all over this. Loses the draft though. See it pull up as he gets out beside him. Can he make it stick? Looks like he's done it, J-Man.
Yeah, he's got that job done.
Awesome stuff. We've still got the Falconer and Jake McKellar battle, and of course Ray Haggis is up the front chasing Hingston.
Ray Haggis has got him.
Oh,
He's
Hingston. Oh, there you go.
I don't know if you can give us a 30 on that and see if we can catch that.
See if we can catch that, because that's happened in our... Oh, no, I think we missed that.
Okay,
so that just happened in that last timing sector, because it didn't show in our timing, but there you go. Hard to watch these guys for the whole race. Never know when they're going to pass. Cheeky little monkeys. They've got past. Nice work from Haggis. It was inevitable, J-Man. I thought, like you mentioned earlier, he had extra, didn't he? He just had that little bit more in the tank, and he's made it work.
This is the point of time, Davo. This is it, and this is probably for you and I to speculate, because that's merely what we're doing. Is, you know, now can Hingston just stay with Haggis? Has he decided that he doesn't want to lead anymore? Can he stay with him? No, I can tell you now the gap is already bigger than we've seen all race.
Yeah, there you go. So Hingston's just going to let him go.
Yeah, Haggis with all the pace. McKellar right underneath the wing.
McKellar down the back chute. On the runway, the flaming Lamborghini. Which side? He seems sized him up. He's right in the middle of the road. He hasn't got it. He pulls out from underneath the wing of that McLaren. He just stops. He's got nothing.
He's going to hold it narrow. No, he sweeps back around. So that McLaren is super, super good through that right-hander at the end of the chute. We saw that after John McDonald had passed him. And John hasn't managed to pull away from this group either.
Yep, so we've got Shackelwood in front of Ashley Rediger now too, J-Man. I think we missed that one as well.
Yep.
But Rediger not letting up.
How's Aztec tracking? Because he dispatched that group. I want to see what his margin is. So he's...
Yeah, he pitted, didn't he?
No, he hasn't. No, he has not.
Oh, no, there he is. He's up in 7th position. He's got a little bit of clean air, actually, with Alan Poole starting to climb up behind him there. But, no, he's chasing that group of Jake McKellar, Adam Faulkner, John McDonald, which is quite a pretty healthy little bunch of cars there. They're moving quick, so...
I can tell you it's the better part of 10 seconds, I think, mate. So 9.9 seconds, so he's got a lot of work to do there.
For sure. As Faulkner, relentless, J-Man, as he ducks the nose out again, shows McDonald his intent.
So Haggis now has got a 1.5 second margin already on the second lap after passing Hingston.
Wow. Yeah.
Sam Carson just come into the pit lane. He's come down, pulled it up on the jacks. You know, we could only speculate what the guys are doing, whether they're going to just take the 1 litre dump this one, which he's done.
So he's in and out.
Yeah, he's decided not to take a tyre this time. So maybe some of the guys looking to take a tyre on the second one.
Oh, Falconer all over, sorry to interrupt. And past McDonald. Makes it stick.
Wow.
Nicely done. Very wide, J-Man.
That will definitely be that'll be a track cut for sure.
Too wide. And again, J-Man, McDonald just making his apex.
Gets it back.
Oh, a little bit of contact there. Again, these boys hard at it. Oh!
He's done that on his own.
Falconer. Yep. Let's see if we get a replay on that.
Oh. Yep.
Ouchie.
Too early, boys. It's too early. Still got...
Now, Falconer, beautiful move on McDonald there, but let it run too wide, and then it wide again. McDonald easily gets the undercut. But then, a little bit of lock-up in the McLaren there. Falconer turns himself plenty of room there.
Yeah, 100%. There's an hour and 8 minutes running to go. It's too early, brother. But he'll come back. He had great pace, so he'll come back. He only lost, I think, a couple of spots.
Okay, and so if you just look behind where Falconer's ended up, we've got Aztec. And that pink Mercedes in the background of Allo Pools, that is creeping closer, Joe, man. So much closer. So I'd be watching Allo Pool. I think he's got Aztec's measure here tonight, mate.
Yeah, and look, hey, fastest lap for Allard is a 55.860, so he's got pace over Aztec's best is a 56.1, so he's 0.3 better off on his optimum.
Yep.
So, and we know, we've seen Allard, obviously only came to us midway through or 3/4 way through the sprint series, and yeah, he's got pace. He's definitely got front running pace.
For sure. As we see McDonald and Jake McKellar go at it into the fast right hander.
Jake gets him.
Doesn't make the same mistake as Falconer. McDonald moved over to the right, said, look, mate, if you can make it stick out there, you're all welcome to it. And he did. He just did. So, nice work from McKellar.
Well done, Jakey. Come on, mate. I put bloody faith in you for a podium. You've got to go and chase. You got to chase Shane Fodderdo down, and he is 6 seconds up the road. So a lot of work to do, but early days.
So yeah, nice move there, J-Man, Shackelford and Vediger at it as well. Shackelford slipped past Vediger. I think we just missed that one, but Vediger not giving up on that little battle yet. Wants to just stay in touch, I think, with Shackelford. Shackelford's no slouch, mind you.
I'm just trying to pick up. I think it is maybe, I'm going to say it's Sam Carson is the first of the pit stop guys. He's currently running in P17 ahead of Dave Zero. I'd like to know what he did, whether he took a tyre, because I tell you what, he's running his personal best deltas at the moment, so I'll just stick with him and tell you what that lap time is when he comes across, because the car looks very, very tidy.
Who's that? Sorry, J-Man.
Sam Carson, first of your guys to make their first official pit stop.
Yes.
Although, as we speak, Kenny Simpson, Brendan Rolfe,
are in. Start to roll into the pits.
So 56.1 he just ran.
Looks also.
So I just want to see where Kenny Simpson. He's sitting behind B-Dog in the pits. Simo's out in front of B-Dog. B-Dog's still in the lane, potentially looking like, I think those guys took a tyre. Yep, they definitely took a tyre.
On their first stop?
On their first stop. Yep, right to that.
So yeah, clearly different strategies coming into play already, J-Man. The guys that have pitted early didn't take a tyre. It's almost a splash and dash, very quick stops.
And I can tell you now that at least 2 of them have come out just in front of your race leader at P2, and they will be getting blue flags, and it may play a factor in the next lap and a half of this race between the front runners. Because Phil Davison has now lodged himself in between as he gets out the way from P2, but that gap is clearly closed up between Haggis and Hingston. So lap traffic will play a factor in this race. 100 minutes, it just has to. As I'm just picking up who you got there. You got, was that Jake McKellar?
Yeah, I was just focusing on McKellar and McDonald still. They were still well in battle. Yeah. McDonald just eased back a little bit there in that last sector. But yeah, plenty of moving and shaking, J-Man. It's all happening. Nice spread of the field, but still the battles ensue as these pit stops, they start to equalise.
Dave Zero in the pit, and this will be Dave Zero's second stop.
Yep.
So he's going to run 63 minutes home.
Yep.
I'm expecting him to grab a tyre for this one for sure.
You would expect so.
So Dave, a real numbers guy, a very, very clever man when it comes to strategies and tactical stuff. So he would have worked some scenarios early in the week. He is a busy guy.
It won't be untested, that's for sure, J-Man. as we see Shackelford, all sorts of pressure from Ashley Vertigar.
He has. Really impressed with the drive from Jeff Burse, who's been away from us for quite some time. Currently sitting P9. Obviously, Allard Pool got him not so many laps ago. We saw that. But yeah, doing a great job. Is Ashley putting a lot of pressure back on Rusty.
For sure, J-Man.
So I'm just casting my eye down now. So Dave Zero is your first of you guys that has made his official pit stops.
Yeah, and he's actually sitting right in behind Alan Poole. I think that's...
Yeah, a lap down.
Yes.
Our first retirement for the night is unfortunately one of our favourite paint schemes of Lucas Saar.
Lucas Saar out.
Yeah, retired the car, so that's really unfortunate. Sad to see him not complete this one.
Tough luck, Lucas.
So Shane Fodderdo's just picking up on the back of a lap marker, which is B-Dog, and I am watching... Oh, jeez. I just watched Phil Davison come back on there. I am just watching Snakey moving forward. That gap is now 4.7. It was 5.5.
So slowly chipping away at J-Man.
Yeah, it's a long night. So
it's a long gig, isn't it?
This battle for Ashley, for Jeff Burse, Rusty Shackelford and Ashley Pettiger is just, like, they've been in the thick of it, I think, since this thing started.
Yeah, pretty well.
Rightio, I'll just get you to cover me for a second. I just need a refreshment.
Roger that. As we just stay on the Shackelford versus Vertigar battle here. The boys hard at it. No love lost between these three at the moment. Holding tight in 11th, 10th and 9th respectively. Jeff Burse in 9th. So nice work from the boys there. The field has spread somewhat as we see the pit stops start to equalise. A whole bunch of guys on, you can just see it on the leaderboard there, so the guys that have taken 2 stops and the guys have only taken 1 stop. Haggis leading the race out in front. Hingston still not far behind. These guys have been inseparable right from the get-go.
So who was that? Who was that? So that's Ashley down the inside of Burse. And who was that? Also Rusty Shackelford as well. Oh, Jeff taps Vertigar. He manages to save it.
Yeah, little tiny tap just to let him know he was there. Nice, tidy stuff for both.
So a couple of places in as many corners for Jeff Burse, just dropping a couple of spots there. Geez, you can't step away from the mic for too long, can you, Dave? It all bloody happening.
Yeah, absolutely. McDonald in as Tech moves up a position into 6th.
JB in for the first of his stops.
Yeah, right on the back of Falconer too, not too far off him. So John in. Long stop, J-Man.
Yeah, I just got my eyes on that, and I'm not sure. It's definitely a tyre. Definitely a tyre in that scenario there for John McDonald. As Jake McKellar has just got the draft of it. It looks like either B-Dog or bloody Phil Davidson, but whoever it is, they've just sidestepped and lifted, which lets Jake McKellar go through, and he has actually got eyes now, and he runs very, very wide, gets it back in.
Oh yeah, just as he tips around B-Dog there.
Yeah, he's got eyes on Shane Fodderdo now. Remember, we said that margin was 5.5. It's currently 2.6 seconds. So Jake McKellar working his way forward to that third position.
Absolutely.
Who's that? Adam? Oh, Aztec on Adam Falconer. It's it might be where you had the cameras already. I think that's that's a pretty spirited battle.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to go away anytime soon, J-Man. Aztec been definitely showing some form tonight. Straight back in the thick of it in the top 10 so far. He's probably waiting for a pit stop or two, but has he done a pit stop yet?
No, that's a negative.
No, so, yep. But yeah, definitely spirited race so far. Nice work.
You've got to go all the way out to P13, Sam Carson, before you see the first of your pit stops.
Yep.
And then you've got to go as far as P20 to see the first of your official 2 pit stoppers done, which is Dave Zero. So it's an interesting call.
That's right.
It'll be interesting to see what that plays divvies at the end of the races. We just see Allard Poole. Who was that on? Was that on a lap marker? Back marker? Yes, it was. Was Allard Poole on? I want to say maybe Brad Robinson.
Oh, it's one of the
Vaughan
blue
Martin.
777 cars there. Could have been Vaughan Martin, I'd suspect. J-Man, and he actually has Dave Zero. Alan Poole's the next car to him, but it's actually Dave Zero that's tucked in behind Alan at the moment. And just look in front of that, it's Aztec, Falconer. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. I could tell the viewers too that Hingston and Haggis, that battle is now down to 0.2 of a second up the front. So that has closed right up. It's under 0.2. He's basically on his bumper in the last corner, as we see Aztec just absolutely hounding the back of
Falconer.
Falconer, yeah.
Yeah. So all happening back of the field, pretty quiet, but it's definitely all happening up the pointy end here. Like you mentioned, J-Man, Haggis and Hingston are back at it again. You know, like we just see our data flash red on our software here. It just starts, you know, like coming up on our screen. Have a look at this, have a look at this. And they're coming up in behind Kenny here. A back marker, so to speak. Will this upset the rhythm, J-Man? Depends on which part of the track they get him.
Yeah, well, look, they're looking like they're going to catch him on the back chute.
Which is pretty good for Kenny, pretty good for all involved. Kenny actually handles himself pretty well, and very spatial awareness is good. Real life racer from Kenny, so nice work. Just got to go back and have a look at that. But yeah, let's get back up the front here. Haggis doesn't catch the McLaren down the chute. See it pull away underneath the wing of it though. He gets away from the BMW.
Yep.
Because he had that little draft from the McLaren. Kenny moves away.
Yeah, he did a great job there because he actually let Ray go first and then had to run the corner, and then he actually let Chris through. So it was a great job.
Yeah, I think, well, he had to. They were so far apart, you know, like on track wise. So back to Aztec, Falconer, battle, J-Man.
Yeah, he's right on him.
It's okay to be right on him. It's so hard to get past, isn't it? We've seen that. Look, we're well into this race now, and these guys, such a flowy track.
Like, where's John McDonald? Where's John McDonald in relation to Sam Carson? Okay, he's on the back chute. So is Sam. Okay. So he's around about 2.8 seconds off of the back of Sam. Sam is your first pit stopper. Ashley Vettiger in.
Ashley Vettiger it was. Also Jeff Burris in.
Yeah, Jeff in as well.
Yeah. So all this stuff, it starts mixing it up.
Yep, so now this will play these guys back into the McDonald-Carson battle.
Oh, definitely. Both these guys are in the top 10 at the moment, so this will definitely shuffle that field again.
If they take a tyre or not. Remember, John McDonald took a tyre.
Okay, both taking, looks like long stops, Jay.
Yeah, definitely taking a tyre.
Yeah, definitely taking a tyre. Both cars. That looks like the Vaughan Martin car just getting past there.
Yep. So there goes McDonald and Carson. Who's this coming down the lane also? Is that Bear Grylls?
Bear Grylls, yes it is. That's right.
Oh, look at Ashley and Jeff coming up the lane. I think a net gain to Jeff.
Oh,
sure is.
Oh, it's still on.
Wow, so Jeff gets that back. Wow, there you go. Bear Grylls in the pits also. Shane Furtado to the pit lane, which releases Jake McKellar into P3. Tidy looking entry and off track and into the lane there from Shane. Who's that in the background? Is that Adam Faulkner's in the lane? Yeah, Adam Faulkner in the lane also.
So yes, the top runner's starting to file in, J-Man.
Yeah, well, they've got to do this twice, so Shane sharply pulls up on the blocks there.
50 minutes to go, a little over.
And clearly decides to take a tyre.
Their tyre stopped.
Both of them taking a tyre this time around.
Both long stops. Furtado still on the jacks, as is Faulkner.
Adam off the jack. Shane not off the jack yet, but he was further down the lane, so expect to see that car drop any second. And it does.
And out in front, yep.
And so John McDonald comes through and grabs Shane
that position.
Yeah, so that is a net gain on track because he was chasing that car.
He was, and nice
Sam
work.
Carson in the pit lane.
Now Faulkner out of the pit lane, but has Mudgeway actually is in the Vegemite car all over the back of him.
Ashley Vettiger in the pit lane.
Mudgeway would be a back marker though, wouldn't he, Joe, man?
He will be. He's a couple of laps down. Yeah.
He is a couple of laps down. I thought so. Okay. Get up. So we've got Haggis and Hingston in, J-Man.
Both of them in.
Look at these cars splattered with debris.
As Ashley Vettiger leaves the lane. Why is Ashley back in the lane?
I thought he'd already been in. Maybe that's his strategy. In, you know?
Is that back to back?
Is that a duel? Can you do that?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yep, 100%.
Well, if it's doable, he just did it.
He has done it. And he's actually come out as the second car on track.
Wow.
That has made both his stops. And when our boards get updated, I believe he is in front of Sam Carson. So he will be the leading car on track that has made both his stops.
Well, golf claps all around for Ashley Vettiger. My God.
Smart play.
Smart play.
Hingston out.
And
Haggis out.
Showing
Hingston
great
out
speed.
Hingston out well before Haggis, I think. Hang on. Yes.
Yeah,
Am I correct?
yeah,
Am I
definitely.
correct?
Yes, definitely. Hickson well out in front of Haggis by a couple of corners, J-Man. Not massive gains, but there is a gain there. Maybe, yeah, look, a couple tenths. So
Yep.
there you
Allard
go.
Pool in the lane.
So cool. Another
He's
top
coming
runner
out.
here. He's on his way out.
Oh, he's got a drive through. I saw him release
Oh,
the pit lane limiter just that margin early. So he has gained a drive through from that.
tough, J-Man. After all that work, top 10 contender.
Yep. So we have got Jakey back in the pit lane. So this is Jakey's first stop. Coming out of P1 in the race. He took that lead when Hingston and Hingston, Fodado and Haggis all took their stops.
Surely he's got to go tyres. Everybody else has gone tyres.
Aztec in the lane.
Yeah, so
well, you've got to do it either now or the next one, right?
Yeah, so Aztec, you can see that car just ranging up in the background there.
So I think this is a smart play from Ashley Vettiger. I really do. I think that is a great strategy call. Because he knows he can do 46 minutes on those tyres.
I'm trying to find him on my board here.
He's in P16.
Okay.
He's under a lot of pressure from Carso.
Carso there, yeah. But he's been used to that. Like, he's been there. That's been going on all race. So you can deal with that.
Snakey to pits.
So
Snakey's leaving.
Snake's out. Yeah. And so Aztec should be coming out behind him.
McDonald's going to be not far behind Snakey.
Oh, it's McDonald in front.
No. Oh, hang on.
Yes.
No, he's behind him.
No, he's not. Now, Joke's in third. Haggis in second. Hingston in first. Now, who's in? Brad Robinson's in. We've got Alan Poole. He should be out by now. Oh, he's coming in too. He's going back to back. Alan Poole, we just seen him go
through. He's got a drive through.
Oh, the drive through. Sorry.
Yep.
And here's me Davo's getting all excited.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. At the minute, the guy in the box seat, if he presses on, he's just done. I can tell you now, Ashley's lap time was a 1:56.4. He is the first car on track to make both his stops. I could see Ashley easily coming in here in P5, P6 at the moment. He's looking good. Snakey's out.
So McKellar out.
In P3, he has got one more stop to make.
Yep.
McDonald has got eyes on him, I believe.
Look,
he has.
It's going to get hectic here, ladies and gentlemen. And this ramps up. Oh, as we see Ashley getting tangled up with a Brendan Rolfe there, actually, J-Man.
Oh, no.
All sorts. We've got Carso just giving him grief from behind. And then Brendan, no reason to pull over. No blue flags.
No blue flags. No, because he will be effectively having only made one stop. He will be on the lead lap, and these boys won't.
They are racing for position.
Ashley will get him. He'll just have to be smart about this.
Yeah, it looked like he just sort of rushed up on him there and got caught underneath him a little bit. Wasn't sure where to go. So we see Carso real wide. Ashley will be feeling that pressure, but smooth as silk as usual. Look at the line. It's a beautiful, faultless line from Ashley Vettiger.
B-Dog doing a great job through there too, I might add.
Oh, no doubt about it. Ashley's got nothing for it. He can't go anywhere, mate.
Darso's looking good. He's looking hungry.
Absolutely.
So Ashley's having to play defense here.
Well, he is now. Look, he's actually pulled back a little bit from the back of the Lexus there to deal with that other Aston, the 777 car.
Yep.
Whew, mate, that's hot in the meat in the sandwich. to see another flurry of pit stops here soon enough.
I think we are. I think they're coming. I can see just absolute green deltas up and down the field. So those fresh tyres with potentially a lighter fuel load to run home with only 43 minutes to go. That's the other thing to factor in is these guys coming in.
You can see it. We can see it on our deltas. Like as much as they flash red, they flash green as well.
They do.
And let us know when these guys are hot. And McKellar particularly quick at the moment as we just still continue to watch this battle between Ashley Vedica
and he'll have nothing for this Lexus up the back chute because we know how good the Lexus is in a straight line.
He's got to get under that wing of that car. Can he hold him? Look at, and as Brendan tries to dodge and weave.
Yeah, he's got to be careful how much of that he do. He'd be on the arse end of a bit of a telling off for weaving too much.
But he's got him. He just can't. You can't catch him. Can't reel him in.
They can't touch him up the chute. No way. McDonald to pit for his final stop. So this is a factor because this will be a one and done. This will be a 1 litre dump and then out. So expect the car to jump off the jacks, and it has. Okay. And he is going to come out in front of.
Oh well, look at this. He's going to come out well in front here. Actually.
Well in front. Yeah. So I expect John McDonald to be the lead car.
Yeah, right up at the pointy end of the field there, J-Man. Nice strategy. 2 stops over and out.
Yep. And he is currently sitting after his 2 stops in P9. Yeah, he's good strategy, these boys, getting it done pretty close.
Going to continue to keep an eye on what's going on. Bear Grylls, Mike King. No, that's not Bear Grylls, Mike King. That looks like Bear Grylls and Dave Zero.
Lachlan Andrews to the pits, Phil Davison to the pits.
Ashley Vedica battle. We're really going to stay on this. This is make or break. Ashley getting held up terribly, I would suspect, J-Man, after a fantastic strategy. Oh, look at him duck in deep there. Tries to make it happen. Stop, go stuff. Didn't get it done. Carso says, okay, it's on. They've still had to duck back this way and that.
Oh, Carso with a run now.
Oh, and a good run. He's got it done. He's already up beside him. J-Man, this is on.
No. That car of Ashley's is slippery. He's still there.
Oh, Carso got out from underneath the wing. It just stopped. We've seen a few of the cars do, eh?
Yep. He's going to have a look.
Another look. He's just got nothing.
Yeah. And in that whole process, B-Dog actually pulled away.
He did. So Carson very wide again, J-Man. Wow, it's all happening. Oh, again. Rediger, looking.
You see the side, and in the interim, Mudgie's ranged up on this battle. Mudgie's actually.
He's still out of position though. So
yeah, he's still got to make a stop. But if he can,
Vediger.
Yeah, he's got it done.
Outside.
No. Maybe.
No. Oh no. Oh, Carthur's easily got him up the inside.
B-Dog's undone himself there.
B-Dog around. Oh, messy stuff.
Facing the wrong way.
Unfortunate incident. Let's see if we can get a quick pickup on it. Tough stuff. This went to and fro for laps on end, J-Man. Ashley looking for the outside. They get tangled up. Gets out into Carlton. Spins himself round. We just see Mudgeway duck into the pits. Oh, Brendan.
Yeah, no, it's just one of those things, just all 3 cars in one corner just don't often work.
Not enough real estate just there.
No. So, Chris Hingston got a 3.8 second lead after that first array of pit stops with Ray Haggis. He managed to get Ray in that battle of the pit stops there. That wouldn't have been the difference in a tyre it would have been the difference in potential, maybe some damage or I'm not sure,
Yeah.
lining something up on the block, but he certainly made margin in the pit stop. So it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out in the next
Yep.
round for those
Yep.
two front runners.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Because the pace that they're running is they're still in the box seat for this thing to battle this thing out.
Without a doubt.
Jake McKellar, Shane Fodado, Adam Faulkner, Aztec, Rusty Shackelford, Jeff Burse, Stephen Melling has still got one stop to go. But the guy at P10 out there with the green box beside his name is John McDonald.
Yes, and unassumingly sitting just there in P10 at the moment with the green box beside him.
Yep.
It's the one to watch at the moment, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. Now, I think unfortunately for Ashley, he could have climbed up probably 3 or 4 positions to John McDonald there, J-Man, without, you know, maybe a little bit of interference from some slower vehicles, but still great strategies from both sides, you know, like to get to where they are at the moment.
Yeah, 37 minutes to go. There's still so much to play out here because we've got such a mixed field of guys. I mean, you got, you know, even Vaughan Martin's tucked in there, P17 behind Ashley. He's got one more stop to make, as does B-Dog. You know, like he's right in there battling with some of these other guys, you know, Kenny Simpson and co, you know, like Brad Robinson, Jordan Moss, Aled Poole, because Aled had the drive-through. So, you know, Vaughan starting from pit lanes, you know, there's still plenty more to go here.
For sure, yeah.
Adam Faulkner, Aztec. How's Aztec pressing along?
Currently in 6th, still needing another pit stop. There's still a flurry of pit stops to come. We know it. We're there about a little over 35 minutes to go, and it's going to start to get tight, you know, towards the end here.
Jordan Moss in for his final stop.
So this next series of pit stops, I would suspect to see this field come back together, and we're going to see some battles towards as we lead to the end of the race.
Yeah, I think, I believe, I think there was around about 8 or 10 minutes each side of the line, start and finish. So, you know, I think you'll see with probably, you know, these guys will make their stops. Have to have them made within the next 20 minutes for it to be official, because I think pit lane will close at around 10 minutes to the hour.
Yep.
It's currently 4:30 out there on track. Track has dropped away a little bit, 24 degrees and 30. So we've seen a few degrees track drop out of the track temp and the ambient. So expect that to drop a bit more. So those guys, I think most of the field took a tyre at the start. But for those guys that didn't take a tyre at the start and are going to grab one at the end, might be a smart play if they're racing. We know this race is going to finish at 5:20. And if the track starts to cool down, those guys might actually be able to pressure those tyres up for the back end of this race. And it could be all as we see this big battle with Mark Mudgway, Phil Davison, Jake McKellar coming down here, and just rounding up, I think that is Jordan Moss. Whew.
Yeah,
it's
all happening there. It's Mudsy, I think it's Lachlan Andrews.
Sorry, Lockie Andrews, yeah. Apologies.
Yeah, and I think Jake McKellar, look, there's a few back markers there and a couple of lead cars there, really making it very intense there. As we see Mudgy let the flaming Lamborghini go past, as Lachlan just ducks in behind. Phil Davison not too far behind there either. So yeah, very hectic stuff there in the mid-pack day, man. We've got Jake McKellar's Delta flashing at us because he has the back marker of Mark Mudgway behind him and easily holding him down the straight. But
comfortably.
Mudgy comfortably is correct terminology. But Mudgy really can't go past him. He will get blue flagged, and he's just really got to chase that car down. Look what's going on in the background though, between, I think it's Lachlan Andrews. Oh.
Yeah, I think it was.
And I'm not sure what the other car is. Jordan Moss? Davison is behind. So yeah, it's Jordan Moss. Mike King, I think, might be involved in that as well. Maybe, not sure. But who do we have into the pits at the moment? Brendan Rolfe, J-Man. So one more to tick off the list. Now, Brendan.
As I just saw Lachlan Andrews put the right-hand indicator on and let Shane Fodderday go. Classy bit of driving there from both those guys.
Yeah. Yeah, nice stuff. These guys are on point, aren't they, J-Man? Even in the heat of battle and with so much going on, these guys can just flick the indicator on. Just go, hey, mate.
It just
go.
Steve Bell into the lane for his final stop.
Go on the right there, you know. It's awesome. It's awesome to watch.
Yeah, classy.
It is classy. Melling into the pits.
From P10 at the time, I think P11 now.
Yeah, P11 now. So, as we're going to start to see this last flurry of pit stops, we're winding down to the last 30 minutes, J-Man.
Yeah, so be interesting to see just how much, you know, I don't expect JB to impact Chris Hinkston and Ray Haggis, or probably Jakey for that matter. But I'll be interested to see if he falls into the battle with Shane and Adam, 4th and 5th. I'll be interested because we saw John grab Shane in the first round of the pit stops. So I think there's potential for John to get as far up as 4th here today on the current numbers I'm looking at.
Nice.
I've been wrong plenty of times before, Davo, but...
that wheel.
Yeah. Jake McKellar is...
part of the course, mate. Yeah, it's absolutely Hinkston and Haggis. No, it's Hinkston, actually, just overtaking Bear Grylls with Haggis in the background. Falconer and Aztec have finally come back together.
They have.
And it is on again.
Yeah, yeah. Great to see these boys come back and have an absolute blast tonight in the races, you know, and be involved in some great battles. And, you know, we're renowned for having a wide array of driving, you know, abilities here. And I think everybody here tonight will have found someone to battle with.
Well, as far as we've seen, just looking up and down the field, there has been plenty going on, J-Man.
Well, he's right on him, isn't he? He's right on at him. But what we know is he won't do much with that car when it comes to the final right-hander at the end of the chute. But what we do know is he'll be right there up the chute, and he is right there.
And we know this Aztecs, he's going to do this.
He'll have to be well up.
Oh no, look at the grunt.
Oh, he's there, he's there.
There it is. Oh, last minute duck out. Stops the car nearly. Has he got it? Oh, side by side into the right
He's there. No, he's there. That's a beautiful move, but we know how good that McLaren is through the right-hander.
Nice work from both of the boys there. Plenty of room from both.
That's a great pass.
Easily respectful driving there, J-Man. Like those guys knew exactly where each other were. Yep. No problems at all. Very close.
Adam's been so strong through that right-hander all night too.
Hasn't he what? As we just pick up on Haggis.
Yeah, what's the margin? 5.6 now. It was 3.8 the last time I looked. Now it's 5.6.
So he just keeps flashing up my Delta, but I think it's because he's overtaking some backmarkers here. I think he's just got past Bobby Laycock's Porsche there. So he just flashes it up on a Delta, says he's close to another car. Let's have a look at that. Falconer, and I think that is Aztec.
Yep.
Still close, and we just saw that brilliant pass from Aztec, and Aztec pushing forward already, J-Man. Like, it wasn't just, I've got your slip, I'm going past you. It looks like he might be making some ground already. couple of back markers in front of him.
Steve Melling doing a great job here. He's currently in P16. He's got Vaughan Martin just ahead of him. 15th, he's still got to make another stop.
So Vaughan Martin's done well, J-Man.
He has done incredibly well. As has Mudgee, who has now completed both of his stops. Is currently running P21. Best lap of a 55.8. And how far up the road is B-Dog from Mudgee? He's a couple of laps, so that might be as far as... Oh no, B-Dog's... No, he's made all his stops, so... Bear Grylls is the only guy in front of him I can see that's got to make another stop, but might impact stuff. Vaughan Martin into the pits for his final stop.
So yeah, Martin done well. Starting from the pit lane, J-Man, out of qualifying tonight due to earlier penalties, but yeah, making a good look in tonight, actually, mate. Done very well, Vaughan Martin.
Be interested to see. 27 minutes to go. Aztec's just caught up on some back markers again. He's going to get that done. I think that might be Brad Robinson. No, it's not.
No, that's Lachlan Andrews.
Lachlan Andrews, sorry.
Yep.
As we just see the Vaughan Martin car coming up, so that was clearly a splash and dash. He'd obviously already taken a tyre.
So I'm not sure whether Lachlan actually saw Adam behind him.
No, I don't think he did.
Was sure whether he had the time to give him the room. Very
still
difficult to do. Yeah, still not sure. But yeah, clearly sees that bright orange McLaren now. Let's him
Burst to the pits.
So Burst in for his final stop, J-Man.
Kenny Simpson in for his final stop.
Yes. Literally
stopped. Still trying to work out what he's doing.
Oh, Burst, nice quick stop. Now, these guys, look at these cars, splattered with debris, rubber, flies, locusts and such. All this.
Does Jeff get out clean? Yes, he does.
Nice work from Jeff. Burst.
So that puts McDonald up to P8 with still a number of guys up the road that's still got to make their stop.
Yeah, quite a few actually there, J-Man. What are we looking at? Chris Hingston, Ray Haggis, Jack McKellar, Shane Fotterdo, Aztec, Adam Buckner, Rusty Shackelford, Brad Robertson, Lad Poole, and Bear Grylls. Still to make their stops, 25 minutes to go. We've got about 18, a little over 18 minutes to go in the pit window. So the boys have got plenty of time to think about it.
Kenny out clean.
Nice work, Kenny Simpson.
It just comes out behind Shane Fotterdo. So Brad Robinson doing a great job. He's still got one stop to go. He's currently sitting in P9. He's just behind John McDonald, who is in P8, and he is the first of your green stoppers. So he has completed all his stops, as we mentioned. So how's Ashley's right on the back of Sam Carson again. So this battle just hasn't gone away all night. Yeah. Found their place, these two boys tonight. He'll know what...
Absolutely.
Both of them at different times know what the back of the other guy's car looks like.
Yeah, now, just remembering, we dropped Ashley earlier in the stream about his pit strategy, back-to-back stops. Had a little bit of interruption after the said stops, but still, a lot of guys still to pit, J-Man. He could still come up through that board there and easily get in the top 10.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Steve Melling, he's green, he's done his stops, as is Dave Zero, who's P15. So Steve-O doing a great job in the Pro-Am class here. No Farmer tonight, so he'll be making some good points in the overall championship on Farmer.
Oh yeah, just making some definite gains. He'll be cheering that. we had Farmer here earlier watching the stream.
Yep.
Keep an eye on what's going on with Mr. Melling here, you know. Just adding those numbers up. He's probably got the old calculator out on his phone there, just checking how far in front he is.
He's taking the lane for his final stop.
Plenty going on still. Sam Carson, Ashley Vedica, and it is on, J-Man. It is on. Down the straight. Vedica out, side by side. We've got Aztec in the pits for his final stop.
I reckon he might get this done. I reckon it's done.
Oh, makes it stick. Carson.
Yeah.
Nice work from Carson. Just let
so much respect from our drivers tonight at that fast right-hander. I just absolutely appreciate the amount of effort it takes to be able to commit and then say, hey, that's it, it's done, he's got me.
Yeah, make that stuff happen, hey, J-Man.
Yep.
That's difficult stuff. The red mist and all, as we see Aztec exit the pits.
Where does he come out?
Where does he come out? Let's have a look here. It's coming out of clean air, J-Man. Let's just see as our timing updates. Where is John McDonald? I think John's out in front.
Yeah, JB's out in front for sure.
Rusty's out.
So JB is about to come around on